If you've been keeping up with the Cowboys offseason like I have, you know there's been a big question hanging over this team. When exactly is Trevon Diggs coming back, and what version of him are we going to get? Early on, plenty of folks were convinced he might not even see the field this year, but you look at the videos now, you see him cutting, planting that leg, moving with real confidence, and it changes everything. The vibe has completely shifted from doubt to cautious hope. And that's what I want you to feel too. That spark that maybe, just maybe, Diggs is about to remind this entire league why quarterbacks used to hate throwing his way. I mean, think back. When Diggs was healthy, he had that whole side of the field locked down. It didn't matter if he gambled on an interception or gave up a few extra yards. The turnovers were coming, and the fear was real. But after this injury, it's like some folks just forgot about him. Like he's just another name on the roster. And you know what? That's exactly what fuels him. Because when you've been doubted, when the noise quiets down and people start looking past you, that's when the real dogs come out. So as we roll into this season, I want you to ask yourself, if Diggs really is ahead of schedule, if he really can push to be ready for Week 1, what does that mean for the Cowboys' defense? Drop a comment and let me know where you stand. And hey, if you're feeling this comeback story already, hit that like button, subscribe, and help us push this channel past 15,000 strong. This season's gonna be wild, and you'll want to be here for every step. Now let's break this down a bit further. A lot of fans see Diggs doing drills, but they don't really think about what that actually means in real football terms. Cutting and planting are huge milestones after an ACL injury. They're the moves that test your confidence, your trust in that knee holding up when you've got a 200-pound receiver sprinting full speed at you. And what I love is that Diggs doesn't just look like he's jogging through the motions. He looks quick, light on his feet, like that competitive fire is still right there. It tells me he's not rehabbing scared. He's pushing himself because he knows he can't afford to come back at anything less than 100%. But here's where I want you to think deeper. Do you rush him back for Week 1 just because you can? Or do you play it smart and make sure that trust is fully there so he doesn't tweak something again? I trust the medical staff, and the vibe in the building right now seems optimistic. But the big thing is that Diggs looks ready to fight for it. He knows there are young guys in that DB room hungry to make a name too, so that fire is real. That's why I say, keep your eyes on every little clip that drops from camp. It's not just hype. It's showing you where Diggs is mentally and physically. And real quick, if you're new here and want to stay plugged in to every update like this, make sure you hit subscribe and turn on those notifications. This community is all about keeping it real, and we're closing in on 15K, so join the squad and stay ahead of the curve. The more I think about it, the more I believe bringing in a proven veteran like Stefon Gilmore might just be the smartest insurance policy the Cowboys could have for Diggs' return. Look, we all want Diggs back at 100% from day one. But let's be real, ACL recoveries can be unpredictable, and you don't want your star corner feeling like he has to do it all before his body's ready. That's where Gilmore comes in. He's got the experience, the football IQ, and the respect in that locker room to hold down the fort while Diggs eases back into game speed. Imagine not having to lean on Diggs to play every snap Week 1. Instead, you can rotate him in, see how the knee responds under real contact, and adjust without blowing up the whole game plan. It's the perfect situation for Diggs, too. If he feels good, great, ramp up his reps. If he needs another couple weeks, you've got a seasoned pro still locking up top receivers. That's a luxury most teams don't have when a player like Diggs goes down. It's funny how fans sometimes underestimate how much a steady presence like Gilmore can change the entire vibe of a defense. Younger guys learn faster, communication improves, and more importantly, quarterbacks can't just avoid Diggs' side and pick on a backup. With Gilmore opposite him, you force opposing offenses to make tough choices every single down. That's why I'm so pumped about the potential combo. It takes pressure off Diggs and lets him play his style. Ball hawk, instinctive, aggressive, without feeling like one bad cut is going to set him back again. Plus, You already know that chip on his shoulder we talked about earlier? It grows even bigger when you're surrounded by a vet who's done it at a high level for years. So what do you think? Is Gilmore the key piece to making Diggs come back smooth? Or would you rather see Diggs get thrown right back into the deep end? Drop your take in the comments because I really want to know how you're seeing this. And if you're loving these breakdowns, hit that like button and subscribe. We're getting closer to that 15K mark every single day. Next up, I want to take you inside what the vibe around Diggs is like behind the scenes, the mentors, the support system, and how that off-the-field bond might just be the biggest reason this comeback is happening at all. You know what really sticks with me in all this talk about Diggs' comeback? It's not just the drills or the footage of him cutting and planting. It's the people he's got in his corner. You can tell a lot about a player's mindset by the company he keeps when things get rough. That story about his friend flying out just to check on him, pushing him through extra sets, no cameras, no big social media moments, that's the stuff that matters. That's what keeps a guy like Diggs locked in when the rehab days get long and lonely. Because let's be honest, rehabbing an injury like this isn't just physical. It's a mental grind that can break even the toughest dudes if they don't have the right people to keep them up. It says a lot that Diggs isn't the type to reach out to a ton of people. But when he does let someone in, you know they mean something. That message he sent on his friend's birthday just to say, "Hey, I appreciate you being there for me," that's real. It's easy to think of these players like they're just names on a roster, but at the end of the day, they're human. They need that boost, that reminder that they're not doing it alone. And I genuinely believe that's what's giving Diggs an edge this time around. He's got folks around him who don't want anything from him except to see him win. No fake energy, no clout chasing. That creates a space where he can focus on doing the work, trusting the process, and getting back to that elite level. So if you're rooting for Diggs, remember this comeback is bigger than just him. It's about the whole support system, from his family to his teammates to us as fans, showing love even when he's out of sight. So let me know, do you think this kind of tight-knit support makes the difference when a player's working back from a tough injury? Leave me a comment with your take. And if you've been vibing with these updates, don't forget to subscribe and turn on those notifications. We're on the grind to 15K and every click helps. All right. Before I wrap this up, I've got one final thought I want to leave you with, because when Diggs steps back on that field, he's not just playing for himself, he's playing to remind the whole league exactly who he is. Stick around, you won't want to miss this last part. So here's the bottom line I want you to hold on to. Trevon Diggs isn't done, not even close. There's this narrative that an ACL tear can end a player's prime, that they'll never be the same. But Diggs isn't just another player. He's got that rare mix of talent, pride, and hunger that makes him different. He's not 29, he's not some veteran on his last legs. He's young, he's motivated, and he's got something to prove. The league has moved on a little too fast, and you better believe he knows that. All those critics who say he gambles too much, who say he's overrated, they're the same ones who wouldn't even throw to his side when he was locking up receivers every Sunday. That fear factor is still there, and with this chip on his shoulder, I think it's about to get even scarier for opposing quarterbacks. But it's not just about him, it's about the depth in that cornerback room too. You've got guys like Deron Bland, Kara Elam, even the rookies, they're all pushing each other, and that iron sharpens iron vibe is what the Cowboys need. Diggs has every reason to come back with fire in his belly. And if that means we have to wait a couple extra weeks to get him at his best, so be it. I'll take that over rushing him back too soon any day. So I'm standing on this. When Diggs comes back, he's going to be a monster. Maybe he never left, maybe we just stopped looking. Either way, he's about to remind everyone exactly who he is. A game changer for this defense. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think Diggs has that bounce-back season in him? Are you rolling with him all the way? Let me know in the comments. And while you're at it, hit that like button, share. This with a Cowboys fan who needs some hope for the season, and smash that subscribe button. Let's get to 15K together. We're family here. and I appreciate you riding with me every step of the way.